Hello and welcome to the Nova Show Real Estate Records. I am Tristan Hammett, your host for today's episode. And today we have April Oakes. April is a Utah real estate professional focused on helping buyers and sellers navigate the market with clarity, confidence, and strong communication. She has built her business around relationships, trust, and guiding clients through one of the biggest financial decisions of their lives. Known for her hands-on approach and attention to detail, April brings a practical and client-centered perspective to every transaction. Today, we're diving into her journey, how she approaches the business, and what she's seeing in today's market. Hello and welcome, April.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you so much for being here. I kind of know April just in passing, and we hung out at the summit the other week, a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And you won an award and things like that. So that was really fun to get to witness that. And then I'm just like, why haven't we had April on the podcast? So I'm really excited that you're here and thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
April, tell us, where are you from and how did you get into the real estate world?
I'm from here. I've always lived in Salt Lake. We moved around a few times when I was growing up, and I've lived a few places since I've been married, but always here, minus a couple summers when I worked in the Grand Teton National Park.
Oh, the Grand Tetons?
Yes,
That's
it was fun. But otherwise, always Utah.
Okay.
Always Salt Lake.
Salt Lake area. Okay, great. And how did you get into the real estate world?
My parents are realtors,
Wow.
so I said I would never do it.
And here we are.
And then when I was really young, like 18 or so, I was their assistant for just a little while. I'm sure they were helping me out and I was helping them out. And anyway, I just kind of realized that it would be a good business for me, and I got into it, and it's definitely been the right choice for me. It's really good.
I love that.
Yeah.
And so about how long ago?
So I just turned 51, and I started when I was 23. So it's been a while.
You started when you were 23.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you have
I
been.
took off about 8 years of real estate when I had my kids.
Okay.
I have 2 kids. I took off some years then. But even during that time, I was prospecting for my mom, like earning money by just sending out referrals. Well, for a little while. And then I started a company, and I got a product, and I actually, well, maybe this is more than you want to know.
No.
But super fast, I got this product out all over. I put it in 1,200 stores. I did really good.
Wow.
I got it in Hobby Lobby and Michael's, and I was on QVC, and I was on
What?
like some PBS shows and like just kind of some fun things.
Okay,
some
what kind of
radio
product
shows
is
and
this?
news things. It was a scrapbooking thing, but it worked perfect because I just had my kids, and so it was just something kind of along that, and I just couldn't really sit still. I wanted to be at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think it does relate to real estate, though. It does relate to real estate because, you can't just get a product and just put it places like magically,
Mm-hmm.
especially back then, because that was like early 2000s. We didn't have the same media and stuff as we have
Right.
now, which actually is probably a blessing for me because I knew how to talk to people. And so I'd call these stores or I'd go to conventions or things and just got in.
So true.
Yeah.
We're so used to talking in like a video now, and things like that, I think that the person-to-person interaction has kind of gone away.
Or we're used to texting or emailing.
Yes.
Or we're used to digital ads and stuff. And,
Yes.
I didn't really have that as much back then.
So you were selling.
So-
You were already selling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So then you had the kind of pause, but still prospecting in that 8 years of raising your kids. And how many kids do you have?
2 kids.
2?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Boys, girls?
One of each.
One of
Yep.
each? Oh, fun.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Okay, so, and then were you always assisting for your mom, or when did you go like solo, or were you a team with her, or how did that dynamic work?
Yeah, so pretty early on, I got my license, like really early on. I mean, by the time I was 23, I got my license. And so, so then I was her buyer's agent for a long time. And then I actually chose to be her buyer's agent for a very long time. I was selling a lot of real estate and I was doing really good numbers, but I chose to stay as her buyer's agent for a couple of reasons. Number one, because of the loyalty to my mom, but also, I don't know, I just learned a lot from being with her. My mom is Leslie Thorpe. Her and my dad were in the business for a long time. She is like just a huge producer, did really, really well. So I learned a lot of really good things from her. And I do think that could be really beneficial to some people listening to this, because they might be thinking, you know, am I better going off on my own or staying here? And I think a lot of times we always think the grass is greener on the other side. But it's really important. If you have somebody you can learn something from, it's really good to do that. It's really important to stay and learn as much as you can and grow, and there's huge benefits from that. Then when my mom retired, that's been like 6 years ago, honestly, it was kind of exciting to be on my own and not, because there was some loyalty with my mom where, you know, you just want to stick with somebody and be loyal. Even though I was learning all of those things, it was kind of exciting to take off and do my own thing. But I really think it was wise I stayed with her for as long as I did, because I learned a lot.
Yes.
I think that's a really good thing. And I think a lot of times, again, people always think, okay, well, I can make more money if I do this or that. But you actually make the most when you're learning the most. You guys at Novation, you're really big on learning.
Yes. Thank you.
So,
Wow. I love that you're saying that, because I've noticed with a lot of top producers, one of the common denominators is mentors, coaching, things like that. You're always learning and growing.
yeah.
Yeah. So I love that that's invaluable
Yeah.
to be able to have your mom for all these years showing you the way. You know, I've heard George talk about her many times that, she was a big producer.
Yeah.
So,
Well, in your company and my company, I think the reason they get along so well, I think the reason it's such a good fit is we really have a culture of learning. Like, that is what is so important. I love being part of an organization where we're learning and growing, trying to be better people. It's not just about the business, it's about being better people. It's about being better people to help more people. Novation is the same. You guys are so good with that, and I think that makes a really good partnership. I think that's why, you know, we do so well when we're together at events.
yes.
We have a similar mindset.
Well, thank you for that. That's so
think so.
sweet.
Well, it's true though.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
Isn't that like, I mean, I don't know.
No,
maybe it's not, but that's my favorite part of working.
Totally is. One of our values at Novation is growth.
Yeah.
So we're really big into not only the employees' growth, but also the agents and lenders that we work with.
Yeah, it's everything.
Yes.
For me.
Yeah, thank you.
So, yeah.
Okay, so, and you've been with the brokerage that you're with for a long time.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm guessing like 13 years or so.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
That's a long time. And I see you. Like you are talking the talk, you know, and walking the walk. Because I do see you at the team meetings. I see you at the trainings. I see you at all of the things. And so that goes to show that you're still growing and learning, you know, and just.
Yeah, I have a really big belief that you can always learn. You can always learn from anything. So all the time I'll hear people say they read a book and they're like, I didn't really get anything out of it. I think that is such a shame. You can always get something out of something. So if I go to a training and I've heard it a whole bunch of times before, or, you know, something like that, I can still learn and grow from that training. I think it's so important. And honestly, we do forget things.
Oh, for sure.
We need to be reminded. But when you go, you're just improving. And I think that is so important. One thing George says that I love is he says the worst words you could possibly say are, I already knew that.
Oh,
I hate that. I don't, that's just terrible.
Yeah.
So you go to these events and things and you don't ever say, oh, I already knew that, you know, I didn't get anything out of it. It's your job to get something out of it.
Yes. Well, and the thing too is, like you mentioned, you can go to these trainings and hear kind of the same things, but sometimes they land differently depending on where you are in your life and in your business. they can definitely land differently. Or maybe at one part you were in like the beginning stages. So like it wasn't really connecting, but now you're in a different stage. So now it's connecting like, okay, I could actually implement this in my business, or I forgot about that. That is like one of the things that I could definitely like that I have forgotten about that is like could be huge in my business.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah. Or a lot of times for me, it's like, okay, I've heard that so many times, but I just finally understood it.
yeah.
Because it's like you understand it, but you don't deeply understand it until your situation is right for that.
Yes.
You know, or until you've learned some other things that kind of fit with it.
Yes. Or
So-
and then you have to practice them.
Yeah.
You need to implement.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Yes. Okay. So what are in your business? What are some things that you've implemented over the years that you feel like really changed your business?
Well, one thing my mom taught me, because I was so scared to call the people I knew.
Really? I've heard that.
Well, a lot of people are like, they'd rather call people they don't know. Some people are the exact opposite. They don't want to call anybody they don't know. For me, I have no problem calling people I don't know. It's the people I know that are hard. And anyway, my mom would just tell me, she's like, April, your SOI is your gold mine. They're your gold mine. And sure enough, as soon as I started calling them, it took a little while, but like within a couple years, it was a gold mine. It is a gold mine.
It's just like a mindset switch.
It's so easy when you're calling them, and it's really important to call your SOI.
Yeah.
Another thing my mom taught me that is really good, she always said, you can be proud or you can make money.
You can be proud or you can make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can be proud and not call your SOI, not call your friends and family, or you can make money.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to do?
Yeah, you're like, okay.
And our friends love us. They want to hear from us. They want to support us.
Yeah.
But also they need our help, and we can do a lot of good things for them too.
Absolutely. So what are some of the ways that you stay in touch and in front of them?
Yeah. So I try to call them 4 times a year. It ends up usually like 3 times a year.
Okay.
And then I send out postcards to them. There's probably plenty of things I should be doing that I'm not doing. I actually wouldn't necessarily say that I would totally follow my system when it comes to that. But the main thing is I am talking to them and I am staying in touch. I have their birthdays. Well, I'm feeling guilty all of a sudden because I haven't done great on my birthdays very recently, but for the most part over the last several years I've been excellent about calling people on their birthdays, and that's a fun thing. You don't have to talk about business.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything. You just give them a call on their birthday and check in with them. People appreciate it. It's fun for you because you get to see how they're doing. And
Absolutely.
anyway, so sometimes too I will call them, and a lot of people are so repulsed by this. Like I hear in a lot of the trainings, they're like, oh, that's terrible. I wouldn't say that. But one of the Mike Ferry things they teach is to say, hey, this is a business call. And to me, I don't think it's bad. You know how different personalities can get away with different things?
Yes.
Like different personalities can say different things. I think if you have the right way to say it, I don't think it is that repulsive. I had somebody call me once. I was really excited to hear from this person, and we talked, and I was like, oh, like, why is this person calling me? It's just like so out of the blue. And we talked and we talked and we talked, and then he asked for business. And I was like, oh, that's why he called.
Okay.
And that was upsetting to me. That felt awful.
That felt icky.
So to me, when I call my friends, and I'm specifically, because you do need to ask for business. You do need to ask for business. You do need to know what that they need to know that you need their help. So when I call them, sometimes I'll start with, hey, I was calling about business, but who cares about that right now? How are you?
Yeah.
And then we talk, and then it gives them permission to just say, hey, well, I got to hurry and go. And then, because otherwise they're left waiting and wondering, like, what are you calling for?
Yes. Yes.
Is there an alternative? Is that the word? Motive?
Oh.
Ulterior motive?
Ulterior motive, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there something like that? So for me, I don't think that statement is repulsive.
Yeah. Well, and it
But
just gets down to the point. Like, especially if you've been building like the relationships with them, it's like, hey, this is actually a business. Like, because there's sometimes I have to make like business calls, not just to say like hello to my friends or something. I got to
Sure.
tell them something. And I'm like, well, actually, I'm calling because, and then it's like, ugh, so it would be great to implement and just say, hey, it's kind of a business call here,
yeah. But first, how are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
And we want to know how they are. And we're
Yes.
excited to hear from them. But,
Yeah.
here's why I'm calling.
Yeah. And then it just cuts all
So,
of
because to me, it just feels more genuine and it just feels more, I don't know,
Yeah, I agree.
true, honest, maybe.
Yeah.
So
And do you have an assistant?
I have had an assistant. I've had an assistant for a very long time, but right now, temporarily, no.
Oh, okay.
I do need an assistant. If anybody,
Okay. I thought you
out
did, so
there.
this must be newer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do need an assistant. So
Okay.
if somebody's really great
Okay.
and wants to be my assistant, please call me.
Okay.
We will have fun.
Okay. Awesome. And well, let's go back because you had an assistant for a long time. Where did you know in your business that you needed, like, where were you in your business when you realized that you needed an assistant?
Yeah, so you can hire an assistant for multiple different reasons. You can hire an assistant because you truly do need the help and you can't do more business or you can't accomplish the business you have. You might hire an assistant because you want to improve your lifestyle. You want to have more time off, things like this. There's all sorts of reasons why you would hire an assistant. But ultimately, if you have the money and you're able to hire, and it's something that you feel will help get you to the next level, I think it's a great thing to do. I don't know. I mean, I see a lot of people really struggling with that question. When do I finally hire an assistant? Yeah, so I don't know what to say exactly to a person that's asking that question, but just kind of look at it in two ways. Like again, if you're hiring an assistant just so you look better or something, that's a terrible reason to do it.
Yeah.
If you're hiring an assistant but you're not consistently producing, that's probably not a good thing to do. But there's just some times where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't handle this on my own. I really need somebody. And then there's other times where we're not as busy. That's the way the business is. It's hot and cold sometimes. But I do think you can look at it as, I want an assistant because I want to be freed up to do some of these other things. There's a really good book. It's called Who Not Why.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard that?
No, I have not heard of this one.
I loved that book so much. I read it in one day.
Really?
I just loved it.
Who Not Why. Okay.
Yeah. Or Who Not How. Something like that.
Who Not, okay.
Something like that.
We can Google and yeah.
Something like that. Who Not How. But basically what it is it's not like how do I accomplish it? It's who can I hire to help me accomplish this?
Ooh.
And I think you have to be really careful because you can start to spend too much money. A lot of times in business, people spend so much money, that they really don't need to spend. A lot of times with my tax accountants over the years, they've always been like, your numbers are really low. Like, your numbers are really low. Do you have any more expenses? And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm not a believer in spending a lot of money. I'm more of a believer in calling people or, like the free things are like the things that are the most beneficial.
Yeah.
But when it comes to this concept again, the who, not how, that one, it's just something to think about, But it's really hard hiring somebody, and it takes easily 6 months to train a real estate assistant. It is so much work.
Yeah.
It is so much work to train someone. So
what are some of the tasks that your assistant was helping with?
So I'm really good with checklists. I'm excellent with my checklists. I have really good systems. So I have checklists for them to do. And so basically their checklist. Like I have a marketing checklist. I have a listing under contract checklist. I have a buyer under contract checklist. Those are really important ones that they need to work on every day with whatever contracts we have. And so they'll have anything like on the checklist, like from make sure there's a check mark, in this section, or, just any of those things, or like the different emails we send, or just anything with the system to get the home sold or marketed. So I have those checklists. And then I also have a daily checklist where they're doing things. One of the newer things I kind of started implementing that I still need a little bit of work on, but what I really love is when I have an assistant looking up homes for me. So that is awesome when you have somebody good at that.
So if you have like a buyer that needs, is that what you're talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you have a buyer.
So actually, it's for people, yes, either a buyer or a potential buyer. So they could be looking up homes for like past clients, and just I can say, hey, this house just came up on your street, and it's just a touch point to call them and say hi, and like no big deal type of thing. Or it can be like, hey, this house came up, this might be a really good one for you. But it's hard to do that for everybody. You can set up the hot lists on the MLS, and you can you can get those and those emails, but I never look through them as much. So if I have an assistant looking through them, it's good. But it's sometimes hard to get somebody that really looks through that as well. But it's still better. And then I have them text it to me.
Okay.
I don't want the email. I want to text, because then I can immediately text it to my client and just make it easy. Like,
yeah. And then it's very personal. It's like, this is for you.
Yeah.
I thought about you, April, for this house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, all sorts of those types of things.
So is your assistant also your TC?
Yeah, definitely the TC.
Okay, so they have to be a TC as well.
Well, that's kind of their main job, and then you can just have them do anything else.
Gotcha.
If you do the math on how much you pay a TC for, it's actually cheaper to have your own assistant if you do enough deals.
Okay.
And then you can have them doing other things too.
Yeah. Okay.
So you just kind of have to do the math. That would be a reason to hire an assistant. If you do the math and you're paying enough to the TC that would cover an assistant, well, then there's
your
reason
answer. Okay.
to get an assistant.
Okay. That is very helpful, because I've heard that question a lot throughout the years that I've been in it, is like, I just don't know like when to hire an assistant. Like I need help, but like, do I need that much help? So it's
a lot of times I know I could do all the work by myself. I know I could, but if they can free me up to do the things I'm supposed to do, or so I have a little better lifestyle, or can take some days off, like
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Okay, now social media. Are you on social media?
Yes, but I don't know.
Not like
I kind of go back and forth with it. Like, I don't want to do social media. And then I'm like, okay, this business, you're supposed to do social media. And then I do some real estate posts. And then I'm like tired of that. And then I just post some fun things. And then I don't know. I'm not consistent with
it.
That's
and which platform is it?
So I personally like Instagram better, but like I have it where if you post on Instagram, it goes to Facebook as well. And so lately I've kind of been posting, my favorite.
Okay.
2 years ago, I started posting pictures of our river out here, our little creek.
Oh, this one?
Cottonwood Creek.
Yeah.
And that year where we had so much snow.
Yes. And it was flowing.
And my window out my office is like directly in front of that creek. Like I have the perfect view of it. So I'm like, I'm going to take a picture every day so people can see, because we were all scared it was going to overflow.
Oh.
And so I was taking pictures every single day, and that was really fun. Then the next year I didn't post those. I had people asking me. So then I did it the next year. And then this year
it's been nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like.
Yeah. Well, it should be nothing now. It really should be nothing now. But it's going to be not very much soon, too.
It's been like hardly anything.
Yeah.
like, oh,
But other years too, at this time, it was still nothing. Even our big year.
Yeah.
Because the snow is still up there. But
Yeah.
it's fun watching it melt. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
And then sometimes with those posts, sometimes I'll say something about real estate or I don't know. I would love to learn more about what I can do better in social media. But that's something I haven't really done too well with.
Yeah. I think, well, we can talk after, but I was just going to say, I think Facebook is great because you can see when people's birthdays are and things like that, where Instagram you can't. But I feel like Instagram, there's a lot more ways to quickly communicate with people. And then, but also I feel like your stuff gets like lost in social media because you have all these other like reels that pop up of things you might like, and it's so easy to get lost.
Facebook is dangerous for me. Like I just get sucked in and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I try so hard not to get on that one.
Yeah.
But then I feel bad if I'm posting and not looking at other people's things. But sometimes you have to be selfish because you just can't.
Well, we'll talk
forever.
after this. We'll talk after this. I have like a little nugget.
Okay.
So, okay. So social media, and then you said earlier you did postcards. What kind of postcards are these?
Yeah, just I have about 1,000 people I mail to.
Really? Just past clients, SOI?
Well, I've been in the business for a really long time, and I just have a lot of people in my sphere. So
wow.
Yeah, and I still have some of my mom's clients in my list too.
Okay.
That's something that's interesting. I would have thought with her retiring that that would have just been like this amazing cash flow that I could really tap into that. But I found I had a dentist that reached out to me and said, "Oh, I'm retiring, but you can go to my son." Well, I don't want to go to the son, And I think it was a little bit of that, but I did reap the benefit of several people. Just it was interesting, just not quite as much as I would have expected, but but I still work those ones hard. Like I'm really trying to reach out to them,
very intentional,
remind them that I have the same systems as mom, kind of try to let them know. So
yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, and but what are on your postcards?
Oh, sorry.
No, you're okay.
I cannot even think of something right now. The last one I sent was just a really pretty picture of a kitchen, but typically it would be some real estate statistic, or it would be something related to real estate. Or once I sent a postcard that was like a aerial view of the valley, and then I put an arrow and I just said, "This could be your home," or something. You know?
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what you do on your postcards. It just matters that you're reaching out.
Yes.
I personally think it's more important to have them be real estate related. Some people send out the kitchen recipes and stuff, and maybe that's good because people hold on to those, but I want them to know I'm in real estate, and I want to,
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
I agree. Okay. And what kind of conversations are you having with your clients right now in today's market? We'll do buyers and the seller side.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, really the conversation we've been having for a couple years is rates are going to come down, and when they come down, it's going to be crazy,
Yeah.
And right now they're high, but you got to buy now because when the rates go down, then prices are going to go up. And I really, really believe that.
I do too.
But it's interesting because it takes a while. I remember on the flip side, a long time ago when the rates first went to 6%, I remember this. I remember telling my clients, "You got to hurry. They're at 6% now. You got to hurry."
Really?
And then they just kept going down from there. So you don't always know. When COVID happened,
I don't think anyone saw that coming.
no. So when COVID happened, I started calling people. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you got to hurry and sell right now. If you've been on the fence, we have got to get your home listed." That was the worst advice. Luckily, I pivoted from that within about a month. And so, luckily, but, nobody would fault me for that. Nobody
I was
would have
actually
known.
just thinking in my head, why why would that have been bad? If somebody was on the fence of selling, at that time they could sell for high price and then turn around and buy at a low rate.
Yep, that's exactly
That's
right.
like, so I'm
Totally
thinking
true.
that way.
Yeah, totally true.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But prices did keep going up.
Yeah.
And so as somebody who was selling and then not buying something else,
Yeah.
but it still was not horrible advice because you just don't know what's around the
You
corner.
don't.
And whenever I make offers with people, or whenever I have my sellers like taking an offer, I always talk about risk. There's risk in everything we do. There's a risk that if you're a buyer, there's a risk you're paying too much, that you're offering too much. There's a risk you're not going to get the house, and you have to decide what is the greater risk.
Mm-hmm.
So back in COVID time, it was a risk to sell, but at the time, it kind of felt like more like, okay, maybe a little bit safer risk to sell and get out, just because that was a scary time for a minute there.
Yeah. It was so unknown. Everything was unknown.
Yeah.
Your health,
Yeah.
the world, your home. I
Yeah.
mean, like, it really was.
Another piece of bad advice, and now, like, really, I give really good advice. But you're not always right on. And I let my clients know that, Another thing that was really threw me off was in 2018. I think it was Rick Davidson is his name, who was like, he was at Summit, like at our company, and he was telling everybody the market's going to crash and it's a bubble, and, saying all of this stuff. He's the only person ever that has really done that. Nobody else is really being that strong about their opinions about things. But he just kept saying it's going to crash, here's what's going to happen and all of these reasons. And I didn't totally buy into that, but I was also kind of leery and not sure. And so when my clients were really scared of buying because it was so high, and my clients were thinking, oh my goodness, and it's the same as now. I'm telling this this same story to a lot of people now. Like right now, they're like, oh, it's so high, things are going to crash. Well, what happened in 2018 was the exact opposite happened. Those people that bought then literally doubled their equity in a couple years. Well, was it literally double? You know the story. We all know the numbers, but like just incredible numbers, where people have like gotten incredible equity, and the people that didn't buy in 2018 are very sad. And a lot of the people that did not buy in 2018, they do not have homes now because they've been priced out. They should have bought then. So I do tell buyers and sellers, and most realtors say this, it's so true. It's so much better to buy because even if we're in the worst situation, it's only going to take a few years before it goes back and we're okay.
Right.
So
it's like kind of like the stock market. They plummet and then you just wait it out.
Yeah, you
and
just
it
keep
goes
putting
back
your
up.
money in.
Keep putting your money
Close
in.
your eyes.
Yeah.
But if you don't put your money in, you don't get anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so I like the idea too that real estate could be a forced savings account, because are you saving your money if you're not putting it in a house? Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. And so how do you say this nicely? You're
You can
when
say it
when you have listings and sellers, they don't, you go in with what you feel like comps are at, but they don't feel like the comps should be there. How do you go about those conversations?
like when they're unrealistic.
Yeah.
People are unrealistic. Well, you just have to give them the best advice you can, and you just have to not be tied to the outcome, and you have to be okay with the fact that you have given them the best advice you can, and that you have done your job well. And I think sometimes people can be too timid with what they say. So if a seller is unrealistic and they're not listening, I'm going to push a little bit so it's uncomfortable. When it gets to that uncomfortable spot, I usually back right off, and try to smooth things out a little bit and be positive with them. But you really need them to know. I wish I remember who said this. Somebody at my office, he said, remember this conversation we're having right now. Oh, I wish I remember who told me that. But anyway, like you can tell your clients, remember this conversation. Remember this conversation. Like drill it into them. And then later, it's not an I told you so. It's just like hopefully they remember
when we had that conversation?
Yeah, or you could say it like that. That sounded really nice.
Yeah. Remember when we talked about this?
Yes.
At our first meeting?
Yeah.
And I mentioned?
Yeah. Yeah. You don't ever want to say I told you so or make them feel bad. But it is what it is. And sometimes people just have to try it their way.
Yeah.
And, I've had situations where I did an amazing job. I got the home sold so quick and so fast and for so much money. And sometimes people are just like scared, like, oh my gosh, maybe I could have gotten more,
Oh.
And sometimes people just have to do it their own way and you have to let them be unrealistic. And you just have to know I gave them good advice. And I think, for me, it's like it doesn't matter how. Like if a home sells quickly or if a home takes a while, I get paid the same. And I just have to be okay with that.
And you don't get paid until it closes.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah, which of course is frustrating. But at the same time, with the right mindset, it's okay.
Right.
It's okay. We get paid a lot of money and we just need to do what is very best for our clients. Some clients just really need to feel good about it, and feeling good about it is maybe better than they say they want to net the most money, but they might just need to feel like they were heard. And
yes. Yeah, I can see that. Absolutely.
Yeah. But this business can be so frustrating sometimes. I think that's where you're going with it. It can be really, really frustrating sometimes, but that's another thing I think that's a really good point. A lot of times the newer agents, they'll say all the time, they're like, oh my gosh, this and this and this and this happened. And oh my goodness, this keeps happening. And my luck is so bad. That is not true. That is just the business. And when you've been in the business for a long time and you're producing enough, it just rolls.
Yeah.
You don't worry as much. Plus you learn how to handle the problems before they're problems. So like when a newer agent's saying, oh, all these things are happening to me, a lot of times it's because they don't know how to anticipate how to handle the problems before they're problems.
Yes.
But again, it's also due to just being able to roll with it and be okay with things and really wanting what's best for people and not worrying so much about what's happening to you. Just, it's fine.
Yeah, everything's fine. So when you're having the conversations with them and they're like, April, I think we could list at this amount. And you're like, okay. So then you're telling them, oh, well, are you telling them like, well, if we don't see any showings or we don't have anything, then here's the game plan?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So I will always tell people we need to course correct fast.
Okay.
So I say, let's start here. I'm going to gather information this week. I'm going to talk to people who see the home. We're going to look at what is selling. I'm going to compare and I'm going to see if anybody else sells, which, usually there is. We're going to look at everything that's sold. I'm going to give you feedback from anybody who's come in your home. And then I strongly recommend we course correct fast. I've heard of agents giving advice like, oh, you don't want to drop the price too quick because it makes it look like you're needy or something like that. I was like, oh, I disagree with that so deeply.
Yeah.
Because you just have to course correct fast, because as soon as a home's on the market for a few weeks, what are people thinking? What would you think if you were looking at a house?
Well, you have room to negotiate.
Yeah.
As a buyer.
Yeah. And also most people say, what's wrong with it? So you got to course correct fast.
Yeah.
Buyers buy emotionally.
Yes.
So the quicker you can sell a house, the more you're going to get. By far.
Yes.
And so, yeah.
That's great advice.
Yeah. And then sometimes you'll have this really incredible property and it's priced really good and it's not selling and you have no idea why. And
Sometimes I think it's
Yeah.
like, yes, selling. Sometimes it's just timing. I heard this story of this home that was for sale, over $1 million, and the lady was not in a rush to sell it, and she the agent wanted to drop the price, and the seller was firm, like, no, this is what I'm getting. I'm not in a rush, but this is what I'm getting. And it was listed for over a year, and then all of a sudden full cash offers
Yeah.
come in like the same time.
yeah.
And it was just like nothing changed, you know? It's just like a weird timing thing, you
It
know?
happens all the time.
Yeah. So it's very market is strange. I don't know how
Yeah.
you do what you do. Honestly, it's a lot of roller coaster.
Yeah. Meditation.
Yes. Do you meditate? Yeah. So let's talk about how do you stay with the strong mindset and all of that. Do you meditate?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I do. A couple months ago, my nervous system just felt off. I was like a little extra stressed. It wasn't just work, it was some other things. And I was just like, I just could feel it in my body. So I actually started hot yoga.
Really?
And that's a lot of meditation, but also just like relaxing and stretching and some exercise. And that helped a ton.
Really?
That
And
really
you
calmed
love
me
it?
down. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I've never done hot yoga.
You could come.
Okay.
It's fun.
All right. Okay, so that's great. So yoga has really helped you and meditating and everything. And
Yeah.
what about the days where maybe you already meditated and did yoga and then something wrench gets thrown in? How do you take those hard moments and get through them?
Well, being super vulnerable, I think a lot of times I'll turn to food. Like people have all sorts of their addictions, they'll turn to whatever it might be. And so anyway, I'm just trying to be a lot more healthy with my choices. But the truth is like if you just avoid whatever that temptation is, whatever negative thing it is, because it might not be food, it might not be alcohol, it might not be things like that. It might just be negative self-talk. It could be like all sorts of things like that.
Temper,
Yeah,
things
temper.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be all sorts of things. But we know through experience, if you just wait a little bit, that's one of the great things about the older you get, you just learn to handle problems better. And
Yeah.
so I'm actually really, really pretty chill. Things don't get me that upset.
Yeah.
When I get mad, I get plenty mad.
Yeah.
But I've learned that if I just give it a tiny bit of time, it's not a big deal.
Yes.
And so you just sometimes have to just sit through it. But yeah, prayer, meditation, just positive things.
That's great.
There's a lot of good positive things you can do.
Yes.
Belief in a higher power to me is like a really big thing that like calms me down. Like believing there's a reason for things.
Yeah.
That can calm me down.
Yeah.
So things like that.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. And back to education, you mentioned the one book, the Who, Not How. What are some other of your favorite books?
So my all-time favorite for a long time has been Psycho-Cybernetics. Have you heard of that book?
No.
I know that sounds intense. It's not.
I was like, whoa.
No. It was like Psycho-Cybernetics. I
Never
know.
even heard that word.
It sounds intense. So it's this guy, actually almost everything that goes with visualization, all of these types of things really stems from this book. It was written in the 50s. It's so good.
Okay.
It's so good.
Okay.
It's written in the 50s. It's written by a plastic surgeon.
Oh, okay.
He was doing plastic surgery on people, making them beautiful, and they still have the same problems, looking in the mirror, not liking themselves.
Oh.
And so he's like, what? I'm making these people so beautiful and nothing's changing in their life. So he really started studying the brain. And the book's basically just kind of about that, like how basically if, that you have the power inside you to change you, or if you don't like who you are, or you have to visualize, or I don't know, all sorts of things like that. Like it's a really, really good book.
Wow. Okay. Psycho-cybernetics.
Mhm.
Okay.
I
Oh,
know.
I'm going to have to look at that one. Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds very interesting.
It's super
Yeah.
good. I just read it again, just barely, like literally finished like 2 days ago.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other books or anything that you listen to?
Yeah, I have a lot of books I like. This year I've been reading almost a book almost every week.
Oh,
Normally it's like one book a month,
okay.
but I've been reading a lot. It's interesting though, because the more you read books, like they all kind of start to be the same.
Like the same topics.
That's not true, and that almost sounds negative about reading because it's not. Some books just hit you super hard and are
Yeah.
super, super good, and I'm not thinking of them. There's one called The Charisma Myth. I remember that one hit
I've
me.
heard of that, but I have not read it.
Yeah, and I can't even remember what it was about. Like, but I just remember I liked it, so I
Yeah.
need to read it again.
Yeah.
Or there's that Darren Hardy's book. I can't think of it.
Oh, he has
Something about.
I also can't think.
I can't think of it right now. Anyway, he's got some
Is
good
it the
stuff.
Compound Effect? Is
Yeah,
that
that
Darren?
one.
Okay.
That one.
I was like, was that him?
That was a good one.
Yeah.
There's so many good books. But again, all the time I'll read a book and I don't care if I read the entire book and only get this much out of it. I don't care. I think that's a really important concept
Yeah.
because this much can change your whole life.
Yes. Did you read the Let Them theory?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if I read it, but I know the concept.
Yes. So the concept, it's
Yeah.
like it almost seems like reading it, you're like, just let them, you
Yeah.
know, like let them. And then but in real life when you start thinking about like the things that you read, right? So like that book, it's like a practice. And so in the book they show that everyone got these tattoos that just say let them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no wonder why, because you always have to remind yourself, just let it be, you know, just let them feel that way.
Right.
So, but I do love the self-development books.
I know. Well, Mel Robbins and Brene Brown.
Oh, yes.
Those girls, I think they would just be the greatest girlfriends, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They'd be so fun. They're just so interesting and
Yes.
they've got really good things to teach.
Great leaders, totally different, you know. Yeah, The Dare to Lead is a great book by Brene. I didn't read the other ones, but okay. So April, where do you see yourself in in your business and in personal life in the next year? Or do you mind sharing any goals you have?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what I'd want to share or what would be beneficial to hear or whatnot, but I've always wanted to have quite a few rentals. I felt like that was a good thing. I've got 4 houses now.
Oh, wow.
But like I had 23 on my list.
What?
And I've kind of slowed down a little bit on that. We'll see. Like I kind of go in and out. But I do think passive income is extremely important. And so, I don't know. I'm a big fan of that.
Of investing
Yeah.
in real estate.
And then, yeah, I just want to help as many people as I can. And my goals are kind of ebb and flow. You know, sometimes I do. Maybe I won't share everything here, but if you ever were in my office, I'd let you see my vision board. Like I do a new one. Like I make my goals every year,
Okay.
and then I like to see them visually, so I put them up in front of me visually.
Okay.
So they can be business, health, family, like, you know, whatever it might be, spiritual, whatever it might be. But I am a big goal setter, really big goal setter.
Do you break your goals down to where because you said you're very big into checklists and things for how you could accomplish some of these goals?
Yeah. Yes. And then sometimes I don't even really do much, but just somehow, like last year was really fun. I actually did not hit my income goal that I wanted. But every single other thing on the list, I just kind of almost magically got. Like, not magically. We all know it's hard work or like visualizing and stuff, but that was kind of fun because I was really focusing on the income one, and I was frustrated. And then I
And
looked
you're
at
like, oh
all
my
the others,
gosh.
and I'm like, I've done great this
Well,
year.
that's probably
you know?
why, because you were out accomplishing all these goals.
It was.
You know?
It was. I was doing a lot of
So
stuff.
you need to give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
it's hard to do.
Yeah.
It's hard to. So I'll have to come check out your vision board.
Yeah.
I love the vision boards. I just, I have a 1 year, and then this year actually is my first time I've ever done a 10-year.
Oh.
So I put Paris on there, and so like big things I put on there.
Yeah, I think it's really important to put the long-term goals.
Yeah.
Really important.
Yeah, some of them are
Because
material
sometimes
and-
the short-term goals are actually harder to accomplish than the long-term ones.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the goal setting and just having something to look forward to, and
Have you always been a goal setter?
ever since I started here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, good influence.
I know.
See, this
Yeah.
is why we're at these places,
I
because they're so
know.
good for our
I
souls.
know
They're
they
so
are.
good for us to learn and to grow and to develop and be better. So good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And same for you for hitting all
Yeah.
those goals. And sometimes it's like it's not even about the income. I think this is a great reminder. It's like not even about. Sure, you want to hit some goals. Might be, to feed your family and whatever the needs are, right? But also you have all these other goals that you accomplish, and it's like, wow,
Yeah.
like I did all that, and it's
I had
hard.
a very fun year.
Yeah, that's great. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
And all right, so we'll leave on this. What is the best piece of advice you feel like you've given us some great nuggets from your mom and George and another agent that we're not quite sure who said.
Aha. I hope they see this and say, April, that was me. And I'll be like, dang it.
I know, but it stuck with you. But he only told you to remember that part, not
Yeah.
who told you. I'm the same way. I'll remember, like, I can't remember who told me this. It happens all the time. We have so many conversations, So, so you've shared so many great pieces of advice. What is one thing that you would go back and tell your new agent self?
I don't know. Here's what's going to happen. As soon as the camera's off and I'm in my car, I'm going to be like, oh, I had the best idea for that.
Or, oh, I know who it was.
Yeah, but I think for the new agents, though, it's just, I'd probably touch back on what I was kind of talking about, how, like, a lot of times when you're a new agent, you feel like, oh my gosh, I have the worst luck. Focus on what you can do. Focus on what you are doing. Focus on what you have power to do. And just keep going on that and do not worry about anything else. Because that is the business, and you're going to have that your entire business, and just be okay with that. Just know things are going to come along, and it doesn't matter, because if you keep showing up and if you're consistent, it doesn't matter.
Okay. I love that. Well, thank you so much, April. It's been so fun having you on and getting to know you more.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you so much. And yeah.
I need to interview you next time so you can tell me all about you.
No. We can just talk.
Well, that's what I mean, though. You can just tell me all about you. But I'm sure people want to hear all about you, too. So,
Well, thank you, April.
Thanks.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please rate us, like us, and share this podcast with our real estate community. The Nova Show Real Estate Record, sharing raw stories of real estate, failures, lessons, wins, and successes. This is all from Novation Title, bringing a different experience into your world so that we can all uplift each other. Until next time.